I never thought in my whole life I'd like sparkling water. But this is actually pretty good. It's like a shitty Canadian brand. I don't know. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. So today I decided, since March break is literally tomorrow, I have nothing I'm gonna do tomorrow. So I decided, you know what, I'm gonna upload the rest of the MD Pope 2 review. And we're just gonna kick off right where we left off. So, should I give like a summary? Nah, if you want, just go watch the other video. Give me some views. No, I'm kidding. The next clip after the gas mask poo poo guy, it's this guy who gets his head, like, you know, they're cutting it, like the basic cutting it, but then they grab his head and they just like just pure Doom guy style, just decapitates him. And then it shows this guy who cum shots into a girl's mouth, and you can obviously tell this is her first time because she pukes a lot. I wonder how that guy felt. He probably felt pretty bad because that was a lot of puke. I'm also very tired, but I told myself I needed to get a video up for you all. And then it's the the eye socket teaming with maggots video from Run the Gauntlet. A lot of the videos from Run the Gauntlet are in this. And I just want to say, I got MD Pope 3, so I'm going to be reviewing that. Don't worry, it's coming. It's coming. And then this guy heats up this metal thing. I don't know what it is exactly, but he heats it up, and he puts it on the tip of his dick. And his dick steams, and the part where he put it turns yellow. So, your loss, or maybe his win. Maybe he enjoyed the shit out of that. And this girl fingers herself and shits at the same time. You know how it is. And this guy, he blends up. He has like a palm of dead mice just like in a circle. And he's showing them off one by one. And then he dunks him into a blender. Turns the blender on and just... well, as much as he can. Because he actually starts vomiting. Which... You okay? Why are you doing that? A pig... This is sad. There's this pig who's tied down and he's in a crowd. He has no idea what's going on. And then they slowly slice into him. And then they just cut him in half with a machete. I was going to say... Uh-oh. It's coming. Nope. It wasn't going to happen. And the pig has no idea. If it seems like I'm squinting my eyes, it's because I've been in the dark for quite some time right now. And I got up and I was like, you know what? I'm going to make a video for the guys, for the boys, and the girls. So the pig gets sliced in half. It dies. In a crowd that's cheering. So that's pretty... Imagine being in a crowd. You have no idea what's going on, and you just get murdered. And everyone is cheering at your death. And then this guy who has rabbit ears on, like it says like "play with Rabbit Man" or something, like in the in like the little like blurb or whatever. I don't care. And he has his balls ripped off, like they're completely gone. There's nothing there, and he's taking the blood and he's smearing it all over himself as makeup. But it doesn't seem like real blood because it looks too makeup-y. It looks too pink. You know what I mean? Like, blood usually has this, like, red and black consistency. This one was, like, cartoonish blood. Like Happy Tree Friend's blood. That's what it looked like. And then this woman is lighting another woman's vagina hair on fire. And then they just start passing the candle down her vajij. And they finger themselves and then they pee themselves. What can I say? And this guy, he shoves this huge, like, it's like this long glass rod. It's like both of my fingers combined. He shoves, like almost the whole thing in his pee hole. He jerks himself, comes all over it, and that's it. And then it shows a guy who's being mauled and eaten by a circus lion. And then this other guy comes up to the lion, and he shoots the lion in the head multiple times, Harambe style. And he just put it the fuck down. And then it's like this feature production. Like, it literally says, like, it has some, like information in the beginning. I don't know if this is real or not, But it shows this girl who walks down to a skinned horse head and starts to make out with it and suck on its tongue. And then she fucks herself with said horse tongue. I don't know. Because it had credits too. So maybe it's just a movie, maybe that's just a prop, or maybe it is a little prop, and maybe that's a real thing, and I've just been missing out on that. Not that I wanted to do it, but I just haven't heard about the fetish of a horse head. Because, I'm a sane person. Not really. And then this guy who has a large hole in his face. You know that guy? This was on YouTube. It was this guy who had that face in his hole. Face in his hole. Hole in his face. You could see his tongue moving. You could see his lack of this eye. His other eye was okay. How else could he see? But he was missing this whole side of his face. I think that was on YouTube. I'm pretty sure it was on YouTube. And this girl, she shits into a pot. She cooks it on a stove. And then she eats it with a fork and a knife. She's just... And she has another friend watching her like completely brain dead to the whole thing. And then this Asian girl fingers a prolapsed anus. You heard it here, folks. A prolapsed anus. And then this guy, he dumps a dog poo milkshake on his girlfriend who was walking home, going into the front door. He blended up some dog shit with milk, I think. Threw it on top of her, and while she was inside the house, coughing and gagging, he throws flour at her. Expect to get broken up with, man. Jesus, if someone did that to me, I'd kill them, probably. And this guy, this reminded me of Jackass too. This guy pours beer into this other man's anus, and then they empty it out into a cup, and then the guy holding the cup drinks it, and then he goes and he vomits. That literally, they did that on Jackass too. Like, they did it with Steve-O. Of course Steve-O's gonna do it. He's the only one willing to do something like that. Which it wasn't that disgusting to me. The most disgusting thing Jackass ever did, remember the sweatsuit cocktail from the third movie? That was gross. That made me gag. Like, that actually made me gag the first time I saw that movie. And it shows this documentary of this man that loves to collect dead cats and kittens and put them in his freezer. And he actually had a rotting corpse cat, or a cat corpse, in a plastic bag in his closet. So, good for him. And then this pig is stabbed in the chest. He isn't even gutted. He's just stabbed. And the guy who stabs him just looks him in the eye very, very, very menacingly. And then the pig just dies. And then this wheelchair guy masturbates. Nothing wrong with that. People can do what they want. Doesn't matter what they look like. And oh god, this one. These girls, they spit snot and boogers into a woman. She's covered in boogers. And they're over her like, just getting all the boogers out they can. She is wet with boogers. I'm not even kidding you. And then they shove it into her mouth. Just pile it into her mouth, And then this guy, he bathes in a tank. He bathes in a septic tank. If you don't know what a septic tank is, it's basically a tank where all the waste from toilets go, aka shit and piss. So I mean, if you're into like poo as in like fetish, first of all, why? Second of all, I guess that must be a dream for you to just bathe in a tank full of shit. And this guy, he pours full condoms of cum into a bowl, and then he drinks it. I'm hoping it's his own cum, because that somehow makes it less worse than it being a stranger's cum. And then this white cracker. I'm sorry for using that word, but this guy is literally crack energy. He eats a dead pigeon. He eats it. Like Jesus. And this guy, he just walks up to this girl, hum-de-dum-de-dum, and he just consumes it. He just eats it. And he's actually gagging, so... I thought I was gonna burp. Okay. So he eats this girl. And then this neo-Nazi, he gets beheaded, typical Nazi beheading. And then this chubby midget, she's getting fucked on the couch. Again, body types don't really matter when it comes to sex and consent. I mean, if they both consent and they both having fun, then it's okay. You have no right to say anything about it. And this guy, he rips off his toenail with some pliers. It's not like his pliers. I had a lisp there for a second. It's not like his nail is infected or dead. No, this is a healthy nail. Healthy as hell until he ripped it all off. And this guy who was hit by a train was split in half. The top half of his body was like that on the train tracks. The other half of his body was over there, not moving an inch. But that's what happens when you get hit by a train. And then this dude, he pulls a metal rod from his own dick, and he makes like so much blood squirt onto his stomach, and then he jerks it and comes as well. So now he's covered in a mixture of cum and blood, so it looks like a mixture of mayonnaise and ketchup. Think about that the next time you're eating hot dogs or burgers. A woman with a strap-on fucks her husband again. If they want to do that, that's fine. And this guy, he staples his friend's foreskin to a table. If you don't know what a foreskin is, go search that up. And he literally staples it to it. And they're all like, oh, I can't get it off. I can't get it. And they're trying. It's not like you can just rip it off. I mean, it's your freaking foreskin. So, yeah. And it didn't even show if they pulled it out or not. So, who knows? Maybe to this day, that guy is still fucking nailed to that table. And then this Asian woman. Asians. What do you think they're doing? This Asian woman vomits into a pitcher. And a guy drinks it as she vomits on like the back of his head. And she even feeds it to him and puts it on her feet and makes him lick her feet. Dude, what the fuck? Why? Are you that desperate? Are you that down bad that you need to do something as horrendous, ridiculous as something like that? Jeez. God damn. And this woman, she shits a huge ball of gummy bears. Or gummy worms. I can't remember exactly what they were. And then she's punched in the anus multiple times. And then it shows a woman who shoved... This is a different, like, woman, but in, like, the same clip. You can tell because the same music is playing. And then she shoves... And this other woman is shoving her whole arm up this other woman's arm so deep that when she goes like this... You can see her stomach expanding outwards to show that it's putting pressure on the actual stomach. you know, because everyone does that, don't they? And then this woman, she deep throats and then pukes a lot all over herself. Doesn't really go anywhere after that. An elephant, and then after that, an elephant giving birth. Miracle of life, very beautiful. And then it shows the Church of Fudge, aka, I think, one pastor, one nun, or one priest, one nun. It's basically this pastor who shits, and a nun eats it straight from his ass, and then he rubs it all over her face. And then this fucking kid who talks about how he fucks chickens, because they're easier to get than girls. Maybe right. No, I'm kidding. That is so wrong. I'm kidding. I would doubt. Jesus Christ. And then this dude sticks his pee-pee into a blender, but it doesn't actually blend it in the sense that it doesn't shred it into a million pieces. It just mixes around very violently in the water, so it looks like that. Yeah, that's what he's doing. And then this fetus comes out from a vagina into a pool of blood. Next is a woman who gives birth on the highway as the husband is driving her to a hospital, and the baby lives. Well, it doesn't show like aftermath. It just shows that the baby came out. I mean, he looks as healthy as a baby can be, who's just covered in blood. Well, but that's that, and it's crying, so that means it's alive. So that's good. And then this thief is buried up to his neck, and he's like that, and then they bury the rest of him alive. So he probably suffocated. That's a horrifying. I always said I was afraid of like the cartels or any type of gang just getting their hands on me and doing stuff. That's one of my worst fears, is getting captured by the cartel. Like, I'll admit, that's one of my worst fears. And this guy who's hung upside down is quartered and dismembered. His arms are cut, his legs are cut, his neck is cut. Everything is gone. And then this 8-year-old kid, this 8-year-old Russian boy, so you know this guy was a badass motherfucker. He gets a lethal injection of heroin from his friends, and he just dies right there. He just passes away in front of his friends, and I just scared myself. I thought there was someone right. Was there something right there beside me? I don't know. Jesus, I'm so scared to watch this footage, and there was some there behind me, but like, what the fuck? And this Asian lady fists her own ass and pulls out her poo-poo and smears it all over her ass. And then Obey the Walrus, one of the most famous videos, weird videos on YouTube. I'm really tired. I think I'm just hallucinating at this point. And then this whole, like, again, with the Goddess Bunny, I never found that video scary. I mostly just found it sad because I always knew the story behind Goddess Bunny, which, if you don't know the story of that video, it was this disabled woman who was born with polio, and she was a drag queen, and she was named the Goddess Bunny. And that video was almost making fun of her, and she died. She's dead now. And people won't remember her as the beautiful drag queen she was, but they'll remember her as the lady from the Obey the Walrus video, so... You know, that fucking sucks. And then after that, there's this horse that has a cyst squeezed, resulting in a lot of pus. And this guy, he bursts a bubble on an old man's back. I don't remember what this was. I think it was a tumor or something. I don't remember. It's been a while since I've seen the actual movie. Maybe it was a tumor or something, I don't know. And this guy, after that, he talks about how he has sex with donkeys, and he even does it on camera. You can see it. It's obviously censored because it's on like some public broadcasting thing. But the fact that he'd even show the censored version on, if it's even real, because you know, there's bound to be people who be like, oh, this aired on TV. Oh, this aired on TV. No, it didn't. Well, I doubt that something like that would air on TV. Jesus. And then it shows Butterfly Boy. This is another video that was on YouTube. It was this kid, or like, it's a rare disease where children are born with like too much skin, and no, it's not that. But the butterfly disease is when kids are born with weak skin, not too much skin. Too much skin is just this whole other thing. But they're born with really weak skin. It peels off every day. They're in excruciating amounts of pain. They can't take baths. They can't go outside. You know. My heart goes out to that kid if he's still alive. I don't even know if he's alive. And then this guy, he has his neck slit open, and then he's beheaded by a machete. And then cartel members castrate a guy, and then they behead him. So I mean, you didn't have to. I'm not gonna add anything on that. And then the very last clip of the movie is several men getting beheaded in a very grassy field. And then it shows a really bad quality video of the Goodbye song from Barney. And then the following clips are what is played in the credits. Jesus gets whipped from the movie Passion of the Christ. A woman gets shot. A man with his sides open. A man is shot in the head. A man bursts into flames and falls out a window. A couple gets hit by a car. A reporter just explodes. This guy holding a woman at gunpoint gets shot in the head. And a guy beats another guy to death. And then the final image of the movie is Jesus flipping us the bird. And that's it. That's MD Pope 2. Most Secure Person on Planet Earth 2. I will actually give you guys a sneak peek of the third one. I will just give you 3 clips of what you can expect. Alright, so this is MD Pope 3. I've seen a little bit of MD Pope 3. I haven't seen the whole thing. I'm going to do it because I'm going to do the full review. But I'm just going to give you a sneak peek of MD Pope 3. So, the first clip of MD Pope 3 is a guy who face fucks a dead girl at a morgue. If you don't know what a morgue is, it's basically a place where dead people go to get autopsies. And this guy, he pulls out his wiener and he pushes it in her mouth and he goes to town. But it looks fake because there are points where the woman's chest rises and then it goes back down, which is obviously an indicator that she's breathing. And she also like blinks. I know before you say there can be involuntary movement or whatever it's called, movement after death, but she was breathing, man. She couldn't possibly be dead. And then it shows this guy who has his whole part of his face just covered, just eaten away by maggots and everything. And the last clip I'm gonna tell you guys about is this guy with stump arms. He jerks off with a coat hanger and he comes. How he did that? I don't know. That's it. That is MD Pope 2, Most Secure Person on Planet Earth, and that is a sneak peek of MD Pope 3. Thank you guys so much for watching, and once again, thank you guys so much for helping me break over 100 subscribers. This is amazing. Every day I get more subscribers, more comments. Excuse me. Oh, man. And I get so much love every day, guys. And I have to say thank you so much for all the support you guys give me, for all the support you have given me. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I'm going to head to bed now because I am exhausted. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.